In the landscape of figure photography, one group strived for tangible and dynamic displays.
There's no time to explain. Get in the rows.
Y'all ready?
Yeah, let's go.
We are live, Bug. Oh, we are live. Yes, sir.
We're officially back at it.
It's a rare condition this day and age to read any good news on the newspaper page. And love and tradition of the grand design, some people say, is even harder to find. Well, then there must be some magic clue inside these gentle walls. 'Cause all I see is a tower of dreams, real love bursting out of every scene. Days go by, it's the bigger love of the family.
The Articulated Comic Book Art Podcast is filmed in front of a live virtual audience and is funded in part by viewers just like you through super chats, donations, merch, and simply just by viewing. Thank you.
Yes, sir. We're officially back at it. Boog Nice coming at you with the Articulated Comic Book Art Podcast, episode 394,
God, you're so close.
396,
395.
395. We live.
Is right.
I am your host, Boog Nice. Got my boys with me. Walt, Rick, Dom, Pancheezy is with us in astral form. It is Friday, February 13th, 8:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 2026. How you guys doing this evening? What's up?
Oh, nothing. I laughed because what is this picture, Rick? What do we got going on here?
Oh, this was drawn. This is me in the King of the Hill universe, as drawn by incredibly talented artist Chamba Baby. Ever heard of that? Yeah, he drew me, him, and Kevin in King of the Hill form. So that's been a highlight of my life, and I love seeing myself drawn in this way.
What is Bobby's best friend's name?
Joseph Gribble.
Yeah, I could see the three of y'all being like really tight.
Oh man, it would be a dream come true. Good old Arlen, Texas.
Well, Rick, tell us about your week. How was your week?
Number one, this week's off to a terrible start because I was wrong. It is 396. I'm a fool.
No.
But besides that, the week has been pretty okay, pretty normal. There's nothing to write home about, I don't think. I'm trying to think if anything big happened or pretty uneventful. I had a great stream this Wednesday with Toying Around, Kevin and Chamba, who I just mentioned did that incredible artwork of me and him and Kevin. And we had 796 Studios Mario coming back from the dead to grace us with his presence. Hopefully that will become a more constant thing, but I know that he is a hardworking father, and it may not always be the case, but I'm glad that we have him back whenever we do. So, yeah. What about you guys?
Right. Shout out to the crew. Shout out to Mario.
How
about you, Dave? How was your week?
Busy. I left on Sunday morning, early Sunday morning, to head out to San Diego. Had a very busy week, produced a show for a client, and was in a ballroom at the Del Coronado Hotel, like 12, 13 hours every day. Shout out to my man, Adam Rodriguez. Adam did a really vigilant job trying to get up with me, but it's difficult being client facing all week and producing this show and having early morning starts where I'm in the ballroom at 6 and I don't get done till like 7:30, 8, 9.
So you didn't see Adam at all?
I didn't get a chance to see him at all. He tried though.
Oh,
He
wow.
tried really hard to get up with me. So I told him I'll catch him on the next one. I'll be back. I have another show coming up in San Diego, so I'll get up with him next time.
Adam, you got mail coming your way, Adam. If you watching this, your MAGA Casey shipped out your way.
There you go.
Not the MAGA case. I know the exact figure you're talking about too, and that's hilarious. So it's funny. I left early Sunday morning, worked until late Sunday night, and I just literally right before coming here, watched Bad Bunny's Super Bowl performance because I didn't get a Super Bowl. And I sent a message to my wife. She's upstairs, and I was like, I'm down here eating Chipotle and watching Bad Bunny and feeling really good. It was a vibe. It was a really, really, really good performance.
It was fucking phenomenal. It was amazing. I just can't wrap my head around anybody that was hating on that shit. It was like, it was great, man. It was a great performance, man. The Super Bowl fucking sucks, but
did it really?
Bunny's performance.
I saw the Super Bowl, but I saw it was a blowout.
Yeah, unexciting blowout. Anybody who hated on that halftime show, it's just I don't understand. One promotes unity and togetherness, and the other one promotes fishing and drinking beer and shooting your pew-pews. I don't understand.
I mean, I forgot about the other one, but it really was cool seeing just the representation. It was cool seeing the celebrities just randomly mixed in the crowd. At one point I sat up and I was like, is that Ricky Martin? So that part was cool. It was just a very well performed Super Bowl. And so I'm not super familiar with Bad Bunny and his music. But I did that. I guess he has the song Monaco. And then it has like the intro with the violins, and that song is used on like hella videos online on like Insta and TikTok and shit. And I was like, God, damn, that was Bad Bunny all this time, and I didn't even know. So I downloaded it real quick, so I'm listening to it later.
I mean, that's how he's become the like most streamed artist and like biggest artist in 2025 or 2025. I had a wild Super Bowl viewing experience. I went to a friend of a friend's house, and one of the people attending set up like this whole like betting game situation for money too. But it was like betting on certain things that would show up in the commercials, like, and you could put down $2 per bet, but it was like maybe like 10 or 15 things that you could bet on or whatever. And it was like, what would be the first animal that we'll see in a commercial, or what'll be the first beer company, and like how many jets are going to fly over when they do the flyover, that type of thing or whatever. That's cool. So they had that set up, and so they DVR'd the Super Bowl, and we were like a half hour behind the actual Super Bowl. So we wasn't seeing anything in real time up until the Bad Bunny performance. And even we watched that on a replay. People were trying to like check their Twitter and already getting like, announcements of what was going on and shit like that. But then we broke out after the performance, basically. So I didn't even like.
What was the point of watching on the 30-minute delay, or was that just on accident because y'all started late?
We started late because we were waiting for the game master to arrive, basically. Right, so we was just kind of eating and drinking and whatever. So I didn't even see the Super Bowl in real time anyway, even though I stayed off my phone and just watched it regular or whatever. Right. But the halftime show was the highlight, and that was it. And we bounced after that, basically. So. But yeah, Super Bowl Sunday was last Sunday, and this week on Tuesday, I guess Hasbro had their first live stream of 2026. Was it Tuesday?
Yeah, because you messaged me.
Or was it Monday?
Did you guys get in anything this week? I know we normally also see if anybody got. I had some stuff.
Yeah.
Not I, sir.
I don't think I got the newest stuff I got was from you, Dave, the gargoyle stuff, which is right here next to me.
Yeah, I saw it made it in one of your videos. I'm glad the package made it
Mhm.
there safely. I had said on one of these
I'm
episodes.
like, what is this big ass fucking box?
Yeah, I had said I was going to get those for you because I had been making all those random trips to Ross, and
Mhm.
not all of them came from Ross. Some of them were harder to hunt down than others, but it was fun to
Oh
put
wow!
together
All
for you.
right.
So, go ahead.
Well, greatly appreciate it. I will definitely do something nice with these. If I didn't already have my NECA shelf set up, I would definitely add these as part of it. But it's already packed out. I got to figure out something with these. I'm gonna definitely shoot them though, like I said. Um, but yeah, that was all I got. What'd you get?
Let's see. I got a couple things. I got Abomination came today.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Yeah, I said I wasn't gonna get him, but I liked having him completed, and because the version I had like a custom head, so it's cool. Like there are things like I wish he had the two toes. I wish he had on the regular shorts, but this is a good representation of Abomination. So shout out to
Yeah,
the.
I'd like to see them. Yeah, I'd like to see them update that and fix it and make it more accurate. And it's a good possibility that we will see that with Hasbro's track record of redoing things and fixing certain aspects of them. But I don't like that it's not a classic Abomination. Like,
I mean, it's
you
pretty
know,
close, but you never know with Hasbro. They can take this exact same mold, do them again, put them in a 2-pack, and then let them be like the comic version, and they would do it with.
right, right.
I got in Creeper from the Scooby-Doo line. I said I was not
Oh,
doing
nice.
these, but Rick brainwashed me, so I have all of Wave 1 Scooby-Doo. Got in Akuma from Street Fighter.
That's what I'm
Okay,
talking
was
about.
that through Rick's hookup?
Say again.
Was that through Rick's hookup as well?
It may have been. Rick, did you order from the same place that B. Carter told you to order from?
Oh, that was Brad Harper, but yes,
Yeah.
same place.
B. Carter. You said B. Carter.
I did say B. Carter.
Yeah.
Those are two totally different people.
They both got B's. They both got B's.
Got hit and run and Lifeline in today from Classified. And I told y'all about this. Oh, I got in another one of my fans toys members for Devastator. Now,
yeah.
we have 3 out of the 6, so hopefully these will come out sometime in 2026. And then I told you guys, I told you guys, but I'll tell everybody else in the chat and that's going to watch this on the replay. If your Walmart had that center aisle display that had like all the Hasbro stuff, the Mattel stuff, they had like some Hot Wheels on there, and then it had the glass on top of it with like characters posed like G.I. Joe, whatever. They have taken that display down, and I guess they marked it as seasonal, and did not put those items back on the shelf. So everything that was on that center aisle at your Walmarts went on clearance. So I was able to pick up 2 more of the policemen. They were $20 each at my Walmart. I saw another guy post online that he was able to get his for $15 each for the policeman. I was able to pick up a new Cobra Grim Viper for $15. This guy just came out.
What's the Grim Viper? I don't know that one. What's that?
It's like a dude with a skeleton head and a big Gatling gun.
Got it.
And then I was able to fill out a little bit more of my Masterverse stuff. Got another Man at Arms, the vintage. 50.
You got like 70 things this week.
Oh my God.
It was a crazy week.
Moneybag Walton. Jesus
and
Christ.
then Blackface He-Man. Anti-Eternia He-Man.
Oh my God.
Nice.
So
Blackface He-Man.
it's a long story, but
that
it's
is a black man, and I truly believe that.
Yes, He-Man that's in all black. So it's so go hit up those Walmarts if you have not seeing all that stuff that's literally brand new. They have Marvel Legends that are marked down, so just check your local Walmart and see if you can find anything. The time to hunt.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Bug, what about you? Did you already say your week? Yeah, you did. You talked about the Super Bowl.
Yeah. My week overall was it was a little topsy turvy, a little stressful, but I'm feeling pretty good in terms of the hands and elbows and things like that. I was in a city a few days, well, a day, 2 days, I don't know. I actually had some work in the city, and we moonlit in the city basically. So that was cool, and I hung out with my parents, and yeah, I was all over the place these past few days. I had a lot going on, man. I did a lot of fucking driving, and I'm tired of driving. So that's it.
Nice.
We want to get into first. Where we want to kick things off. I guess we want to do highlights first, or we want to do news.
Whatever you guys prefer.
I don't know. Let's split it so we have some variety. Can we do highlights and then some Hasbro news and then highlights again so it kind of like mixes it up?
Cool.
Yeah,
All right. Which
we
one
could
of
do
y'all?
we could do like David's first, because it's on top of mine in the chat, and then after that we could do the news,
Cool.
and after the news we can close out with mine.
Perfect. Perfecto. While you pull up the things and get the screen share going, did everybody get a chance to see the trailer for Spider-Man Noir? It's coming out.
Yeah,
No,
looks fun.
you know what? I saw you linked it, but I never actually watched it. I need to watch that.
Yeah, it looks legit. And so, Rick, do you know is Sony is still producing it, but Sony's making it and putting it on Amazon, or what's the deal there? Did Sony give Amazon the rights to do a Spider-Man thing? How did it on Amazon?
I want to say that that's exactly what happened. I mean, if there's anything that we should learn from the past like decade, is that Sony doesn't trust anything except for the bad shit that they do themselves. They didn't trust K-pop Demon Hunters. They didn't trust the Spider-Verse movies, and they didn't trust this. So I don't know. Those guys don't trust anything.
Yeah, this looks good. I didn't know if I was going to buy into Nick Cage as like this Spider-Man. They did switch him up to be Ben Reilly also in the trailer, or it's going to be on the show. But I'm excited for it, man. He's going all in, and I guarantee we're going to hear a lot of strange noises and Cage isms from him throughout the series.
Oh hell yeah, I'm ready for that.
Yeah. All right. Are you ready, Sir Bug?
Yeah, I'm trying to. Nice. Am I screen sharing already? I am. Okay. Cool. Let's see where we begin.
Another thing, we won't dwell on it long because I know you're not a gamer. The new trailer for Marvel ToeCon came out this week with the rest of the X-Men reveals. Did you get a chance to watch that, Rick?
Hell yeah, I watched it with the boys. It was great.
Yeah. Wolverine got revealed, Magic, and a total out of left field surprise, Danger made it into the roster, which is crazy. But they all look
wild, man. Yeah, and I'm loving those alternate suits, man. That alternate suit for
Danger Room, sentient Danger Room.
Yeah, the sentient.
Like the sentient.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Like her showing up at a fighting game was like, what? But she looks amazing. Like her move set looks dope. Magic looks amazing. Also, you know what I missed on the first watch? That we got to hear the English voice cast for the first time.
Okay.
Yeah, everything else had been in Japanese. All right, let me go ahead and I'm gonna try to be a little more concise. I know that people like seeing us do the highlights, but I'm gonna try to keep it to 50 words or less. All right, the first person that comes up is this pick by Mark. Is it Steven Santos? I know Mark, long-term member. Seen a lot of his work over the years, and this is quality.
Yeah, real cool.
Yeah, picture has a lot of movement. It looks like you can feel the like tension in this. I like the way that he positioned the dude at the edge of the boat, like reacting to a dinosaur jumping out of the water. Something I really want to give him credit for. how do I want to say it? I like the fact that his cotton wool looks like water. Nothing pulls me out of a picture more when somebody uses cotton wool or motherfucking cotton wool. Shout out to Craig Ward. If you know, you know, in their photo, and you can still see like the individual fibers and it isn't placed really well. So this is just a good example of how you can, you know, use cotton wool in the proper way to sell the look you're looking for, like it's the foam on the top of the water. So this just hits on a lot of different levels. Super crisp.
What's the dinosaur? Is that a static thing or is it articulated?
That's articulated.
Yeah, I think that's the Hammond collection T-Rex from the
Jurassic. Very nice.
I think.
And the soldier, is that a Valaverse soldier or is that like something kit bashed together? I feel like that head sculpt is that the Legends
Old Man Hawkeye? I think so, but I think it's on a Valaverse body.
Got it. Okay. All right. Very nice. Shout out to Mark Stephen Santos, aka at Toy Fanatic on Instagram. Toy Fanatic on Instagram. A fellow is consistently great. And that was Dave's first pick. Up next, we got.
Is it Stefan or is it Steven?
I don't know.
If you know, comment in the chat. I don't know how you would. Maybe spell Steven with a V. And if it's Stefan, spell it with a PH. All right.
He's Filipino. It can go either way.
I know. So this next one is from Hen Rock. No stranger to the show. You know him, you love him. And I love this shot. Very moody, very noir. This is from Sin City. That's our man Marv there. And what is this? A dame to kill for? That's the vibe that is given, right? Because I see he's incorporated the Black Widow head. I don't know what the body is, but it's
I think that body is one of those what's the lady's name? Damn it. She's got a red bikini. She is like a
Vampirilla?
Yes, I think that's what it is. I think it's one of those like third-party ones, though.
Collector. Yeah, Dave makes those. I know the figure. I've seen it. I don't be Googling the body like that, so I can't recognize it. It may be. I wanted to get one of those from him. I wanted to get like the Deo de Muertos. Sorry, I said I was watching that money. I don't know how to speak.
Dia de los Muertos.
Thank you for being a fucked up Spanish translator for me because mine was terrible. But you know the figure I'm talking about, Rick, where it's like the lady and she's got the guns and shit, and she loose collector made her.
Yeah. That's you're talking about La Muerta, I think is her name is.
Quite possibly.
Yeah, she got the skull face, right?
Yeah, the skull face.
Yeah.
I was gonna pick that up and put her with my Joes because she looks good.
Me too, but those things are a bit pricey, man. I really wanted it, but I see that price tag. I think it's like $80. I'm like, oh man, I don't know. For the culture, this is a lot.
But anyway, back to the pick. It's just it captures that noir feel really well. Tells the story again. Nothing over the top. Straight to the point. Good addition of having the bottles and the props. Everything is scaled properly. So shout out to Henrock.
What is this Marv, though? Is this some type of kit bash?
I don't know what this is. I am not familiar with this figure.
I think this is an actual figure that came out.
Yeah. Really? He looks fucking jacked, right?
Yeah, he does. I'm not familiar with it. But it looks good.
They said this is a Frazetta Girls. This isn't a
the woman in the purple from what's the sword and sorcery line that they did? Somebody told me before and I forgot it again already.
Yeah, this is the Muff Toys Marv. Yeah, I thought so. I knew that this was an actual figure that released because I talked about it a few weeks back on the show.
What was the name of the show? Right. If you remember the name of that movie.
Fire and Ice, is it?
Yeah, Fire and Ice.
Yeah, there you go.
I think she's got like brownish skin, tan skin, and a purple bikini. But if you do the shot in black and white, nobody's none the wiser. So good use of a bottle.
Right. Yeah, very good. Shout out to Hemrock on Instagram. He is Hen Rock ROC one
Hell
underscore Hemrock 112. Shout out to Hemrock. And moving on. Up next, we got David Surf.
Yeah.
Take it away.
Pretty straightforward here. Great use of panels, great use of storytelling. We got our boy Hobie coming home after a day of causing anarchy. And I love the transition from the character's head with the spikes on the Spider-Man to this creative use of a custom where he's using the unmasked, like loose mask from a Spider-Man figure, and then he put those spikes on there with what looks like some type of clay or like putty to make the spikes, because no such mask exists of an off mask for Spider-Punk. So that was very clever. Really great understanding of the character, having him come home, and of course he would listen to vinyl, and he's just kind of chilling. So again, storytelling, wonderful storytelling, and only 6 panels, and great use of creativity to sell the look of taking off the mask after a hard day of Spider-Manning. This is dope.
Really nice. And every single panel is just super duper clean, well lit. This is a beautiful piece here. And guess what? There's no action. There is no fighting. There is no super dynamic posing. Although the posing here is still subtle and very good, but this is excellent. Really nice. Shout out to David Sir. He is he is Little Big Boy Junior on Instagram. We highlighted Dave last week too. And shout out to I was right. Dave's cousin is Bad Boy Toys, I believe, on Instagram, if I'm not mistaken. But again, they both have very similar styles, and they are in. I think Dave realized or deciphered that they're in France, right?
Yeah. Somebody was able to pinpoint my terrible description of a flag that was red, white, and blue. In the order I said it, they knew who it was. So yes, they are in France. Gay.
Yeah, shout out to David Surf. Again, that's little underscore big underscore boy underscore and then junior spelled out. Okay. Little Big Boy Junior on Instagram. Shout out to David Surf. Up next, great pick so far. Up next, we have Harold Ruiz.
You already know, baby, the Kaiju King himself.
Brother, if there's anybody, I've said this about a few people in the community, and I still think we should do this as like a collective. But if there's anybody who could make like a coffee table book of their artwork, it's Harold Ruiz. This shit just be so cinematic, man. This is, again, I remember this scene vividly from the movie. I had never thought of this happening, of King Kong fighting some T-Rex, let alone multiple T-Rexes. And everything about this figure captures like the visceralness of that fight. I love this. Like, I love the expressions on the dinosaurs. I love the dinosaur that's in the back getting ready to creep, because if you remember this scene in the movie, he like chomps down, he catches Kong slipping for a second and bites down on that arm. And so the fact that he captured that's about to happen in the background is very, very dope. This is just another one of those moments where it's a still photo, but you can get a sense of the action by the way that everything is posed. I love the depth of field with whatever he's using as a backdrop here. I love the little, I don't know how he did it, but I love the little dust up effect of them tussling in the dirt, and extra credit for having the foliage of the fallen trees in the front, because these are big kaiju level creatures, and they're going to cause some destruction. So everything is perfectly scaled. This is just a masterclass of somebody who understands this medium and how to bring action figures to life to tell a story.
Very, very nice. Yep. Shout out to Harold Ruiz. He is Figure Mania Show on Instagram. He's got a couple of different accounts on Instagram, but his main account is Figure Mania Show on Instagram. Big shout out to Harold, man. Consistently fucking excellent. All right. Next up. Oh yeah, this was one of my favorites from last week. This one was nice. Shout out to the homie Brandon Patterson.
Man, I
Oh, yeah,
just
this is a
couldn't.
good one.
I just couldn't stop looking at this picture.
Yeah.
Another great use of panels. Go ahead.
This should have me looking at my my saber tooth because I keep it on display or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Just like I want to shoot my fucking saber tooth now. Like yeah.
Brother,
Um,
this is just peak. And again, like, what is the technique that's being used here to get the saber tooth to sit on top of the panels like this? Is this like some trickery that's done in like a Photoshop?
Yeah, I do think it's some program that people are using for these type of shots. But again, Brandon does it pretty often, and also my man Carl Pennington does it pretty often. P has done it plenty of times as well. Um, but yeah, I'm pretty sure it's some program in Photoshop. We talked about this a little bit behind the scenes
Yeah.
last week as we make some preparations for some big things. So yeah, we
Yeah,
talked about this. I'm pretty sure it's Photoshop.
and I know we got not rules, but I know that there are feelings about Photoshop being used in ACBA. I do see both sides because I understand why using Photoshop for this was done. I also know that this could also be done tangibly. It just takes a lot more time and a lot more effort to take the photos, print the photos, cut said photos out, stack them, like, you know what I'm saying, and then get this last shot with Sabretooth in front of all the photos that you did.
I
Yes,
you know I don't see anything wrong with
I don't either.
using Photoshop to arrange your
Panel.
pictures that you already took. Like, you know what I mean?
It's a
Yo,
tool. It's a tool in that sense.
is it ill doing the actual tangible cutouts and shooting it like that? That's ill. That's crazy dedication and patience. Yes.
Yeah.
But I mean, he still had to take all of these individual pictures. Like, you know what I mean? Just
100%.
arranging them to, you know, easier to arranging them in a way where it's easier to arrange them and put them together. I don't really see anything crazy with. It's not like he's adding or removing a stand or like adding in some extra shit that's not actually there in these pictures. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So,
So I love it. Again, couldn't stop looking at it. Shout out to Brandon. I know that a lot of people ended up not getting this Sabretooth because I see what he goes for on the secondary market. This is currently the best looking Sabretooth that we have. Until, and then I'm gonna make a declarative statement here, until they release the Gamerverse version of Sabretooth, because I have a feeling that they will get to him and that he'll be a little bit bigger than this one. But this is
yeah, it might be bigger, and I think this one had some pins in it. I don't think it was pinless either.
Yeah,
So,
in the arms, I think.
but
But
the arms were pinless.
this
Yeah.
pick is rubbing salt in a lot of people's wounds if they don't have this Sabretooth already, because this is very good. So shout out to you, Brandon.
Only thing I'll say about this pick is I think he probably could have added one more panel. There should have been some panel of some type of strike just to bring it all together. I mean, obviously we could totally use our imagination and it's not absolutely needed, but if it had 5 panels and one, maybe he was really working that Photoshop overtime and it was like, you know, some type of cutout or effect through the middle for him like slashing one of them or something like that, that would have been ill. But yeah, this was still very nice, very well put together. Shout out to Brandon Patterson, aka King B Koopa, like you know, like Koopa from Mario on Instagram, King B Koopa. All right. I think Dave, I think you got one more or two more.
I don't remember. I think I picked like 8 maybe total, but I'll be quick because I know we got a lot of stuff to get through.
Yeah, that's cool. All right. Up next, we have a young man by the name of Cyrus Lowe.
So I have never seen a pic of Cyrus Lowe's before, but this was dope, man. Like I still haven't played The Last of Us. I did watch the show, But had I not known that this was ACBA, I would have thought this was a panel from the game. The way that you've captured the lighting in this is amazing. Not afraid to, you know, what I see people do sometimes is that they use too much light when they're trying to capture shadows. And I think it's because they're scared to not have portions of the figure show in their shot. But that's not how light works in real life. You know what I'm saying? You don't always see all the parts, but they're there. So the fact that this really does a good job of like having the shadows low where the light isn't reaching based on the window being the only source of light in this room is just very, very well done. I like the way that the light is more on Ellie's face because she's closer to the window than on Joel's face here. It's just that one side is lit. Everything is just staged really well, posed really well. I'm not super familiar with these figures, but you pose the shit out of them because they look so organic and so real that, again, if I would have known these were
natural,
I would have never known that these were action figures. So
this is super nice.
Do you know Cyrus's Insta? Because Cyrus, you, sir, just got a follow from me.
I am looking for it. I feel like I knew it, that he does have an Instagram, but give me a second here. I'm a big fan.
I would love to see more of your work, sir. This is beautiful.
Type of shot where it's you know, light coming through a window, like what looks like natural light. It looks really good like this. And mood.
Beautiful.
Yeah, I'm not seeing an Instagram.
We'll circle back.
Right.
And if
if anybody knows it in the chat, let us know and we'll shout it out.
Yeah, and if I find out later, I can go back and drop it in the Instagram video comments, whatever. I mean the YouTube video comments. All right, I think I got maybe one or two more. Let me see. Or you will let me see. Shout out again to Cyrus Lowe.
Yeah, shout out to Cyrus Lowe. I tried searching just that name and what might come up, but yeah, nothing on Instagram at the moment. But his history in the ACBA Facebook group is one great shot after another. So you can search him up in the group and either shoot him a message on Facebook or comment on one of his photos in the group and ask him what his IG handle is. Yeah, shout out to him, man. All right, up next we have a double header here. Another one from Mark Steftos.
Yeah, normally I wouldn't pick the same person twice in the same like highlights, but this was too good not to highlight, brother. This shit is dope. Like I mean, we all know that Daredevil is like the master of like close quarter combat, and this pick made me get like I'm not a claustrophobic person, but this pick made me have like that feeling of like claustrophobia because he's beating the brakes off of their ass in this little small rooftop. Like if you've been to New York and you know that the way the city is built, even the rooftops have like little alleyways like between the buildings where they're really close. And this is what this looks like. Like he caught them lacking in between the water tower and the next building over. And just shout out to you for the way I don't see a stand holding up the Daredevil. So I think that you are doing some expert posing and balance here by having the one hand flat on the back of the trench. Is this trench coat? No, this isn't trench coat mafia. This is a tracksuit mafia. On top of the back of his neck, and then having the foot planted. You could possibly have a stand behind the tracksuit mafia dude connected to the back of the foot going up, possibly. But if you did, you hit it super, super well. So this is just a very, 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 very well done shot. Very well composed, very well posed, and you captured the movement and the fluidity of this character in Daredevil.
Yeah. Also, I really like that he's using like some type of, I don't know, cardboard cutout or paper in the background. Like, you know what I mean? That's ACBA right there, baby. You know? I do. That's one thing that I do like a lot about a lot of Sentry shots is him utilizing, you know, large cutouts for the background. Sometimes I feel like the lighting could be a little better, could mesh a little better, meld a little better. But but I do love to see people use comic book style backgrounds and stuff, even if they don't have any actual like word bubbles or sound effects or anything like that. I do like that look and display, and it looks real crisp and clean. But yeah, shout out to Mark Stephen Santos. Again, he is Toy Fanatic on Instagram.
Yeah, this was
And
quality.
I believe that was the end
I
of.
think I got one more. It'll just be quick because I remember it because it's for Black History Month.
Okay, got you. Yes. Okay, you do have one more. True.
Saw this pick,
Yeah.
went back to it a bunch of times because I don't know. I love, one is Black History Month. Two, I love just the way this looks and the individuality of all these characters and kind of like capturing little pieces of their personas in this shot. But also the fact that we have this many Black action figures in the Marvel Legends line, and that Marvel has this many like main heroes front and center. Like these aren't like sidekicks. These aren't like, you know what I'm saying, sub characters. These are main fucking characters in Marvel Comics, and they are Black as hell. So just again, shout out to Eric Salvo for making this happen. Shout out to putting Luke Cage in the prison pose. We've all seen it. We all know it. And if you know about the character, you know that he spent some time locked up. I see you threw a dope ass Blade custom head on here. Storm, probably one of the most powerful characters in all of Marvel Comics right now. Just given that attitude, and her man or ex-man, on again, off again man right there, like standing next to his chick. Like, what? This is just a very, very cool shot in Black History Month. So thank you, Eric.
Yeah, shout out to Eric Salvo. He is Darth Primus on Instagram. Darth Primus. I hope I'm pronouncing that right, but it's Primus.
It's okay.
Primus. Darth Primus. Yeah, that makes more sense, right? Yeah, shout out to him. Consistently good with a lot of team shots. He puts together a lot of very succinct, like accurate team shots, and not just Marvel stuff. He'd be doing his thing with the DC figures as well. So this could be like an album cover or something.
This could
like
be an album cover. And you know what's dope? It's you can tell he does a lot of team shots because there's a lot going on in the frame of this shot, and there are a lot of characters in this shot, but it never feels too busy. It never feels overcrowded, and so he understands spacing really well, and he has everybody just placed perfectly in the shot. So this is quality.
All right. Let's jump into Hasbro's first live stream of 2026. Where do we want to go to look at that stuff, Rick? I guess we could go to my Instagram.
Yeah, we should. I was gonna say we can't go to the ACBA, John.
Take it to the source. To the source. Man, Hasbro's not giving us any time to rest. They didn't have their foot on the gas for like the past 3-4 years with releases.
I want to say, yeah, it feels like it never ends. Whoa, where'd Boog go?
Who knows? He went to go to his Instagram and then just went to the nether regions, the nether realm.
Boog, oh no! But yeah, it feels like everything is always it's never ending.
Yes, and I feel that way about their Legends properties. I feel that way about Classified. I don't know if it's because I don't collect the Black series, but I just feel like, I don't know.
The way you said that,
what?
I don't collect the Black series. It's kind of like, some white people shit.
I don't mess with the Blacks, but nah, I don't know, man. I don't none of the releases that I see coming from Black series ever like excite me. Like, there are hella vehicles in Star Wars. There are hella like cool characters and things you can do. And I feel like out of all of Hasbro's lines that release pretty consistently, that's the one that they release the least consistently for. So
Yeah, and you know the reality is that they don't do enough. They don't do enough, and they as a brand, just
mhm.
like going to the beginning of Black Series' start, like they should have been killing everything else. They should be shitting on Marvel Legends because they have that built-in troop building part to them. You know, they should be fucking destroying GI Joe too.
Mhm.
Like at one point that was everything, and they just completely flubbed. And you feel Black Series feel like the dad that never shows up. It's you hope like, well, maybe now they're gonna do it. You know, maybe now he's gonna get it right,
Funny
and
as
they never do, dog. That man doesn't show up on his weekends.
Look, and then when he
Guaranteed.
show up, he be on his bullshit. You're like,
Yeah.
okay, great, more clone troopers. Thanks.
Yeah,
Thanks.
this man shows up, forgets your Christmas presents, and then goes, "Oh shit! Well, here's this Lando again." Like,
Uh,
come on, man, what are we doing?
but again, we're probably from the outside looking in. For all we know, Black Series collectors are probably feel like they eating well right now. So shout out to you guys. I don't want to yuck your yum too much, but
I mean, I will say, I think I did mention this a couple episodes back, but when I was at New York Comic Con, I linked up with Hero Collections,
mhm.
and he did send me a couple of the Black Series exclusives, the Anakin and Obi-Wan like fight set where they fighting in where are they? Mustafar
Mustafar.
or some shit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And the Vader and Luke set where they fighting on the like
Death Star.
high up on the Death Star. Yeah, yeah. And I opened the Obi-Wan and Luke set, and I liked it so much that it got a permanent spot in the display right now, actually.
I
Um,
mean, this was the
so
one they displayed, and it like had the new hands and the soft goods and all that other shit, right? It was at SDCC.
it didn't really have any soft goods, but yeah, it had the one
I
sort
thought they
of
had
force.
soft good cloaks.
No,
Oh shit. Okay.
not that set, but it had the one interchangeable hand where they could, you know,
Do the
uh,
force.
mimic that they're doing that force push or whatever the case may be, and a couple interchangeable heads, and also the lightsaber effect where it looks like it's in motion basically,
Mm.
and then the whole little base part with the lava and everything. It's a really nice set. I will say it is a very very nice set, and Luke and Obi
yeah,
Wan look very clean. They look very good.
Yeah.
yeah.
Shout out to
That
captives. I don't want nobody to have an aneurysm or no shit. Luke and Vader were not fighting on the Death Star. They were in Cloud City. This was after
Cloud
Lando
City,
set them up,
right?
sold them out to
yeah.
Vader. Sorry for the spoilers for those of you that
I
have been in the cave and never
Well,
seen.
listen, man, we're the number one Star Wars podcast, so of course
Yeah,
we
we're,
did.
we're the number one Star Wars podcast.
Crushing
Okay,
it
let,
every
let,
Friday.
you know, I seen the Spital in the chat. There's good stuff to Black Series, but there's not enough to outweigh the bad that happens in
I
that
mean,
in
I
that line, man.
personally enjoy vintage more than Black Series over the past few years since
That's
the
what I hear
Razor
the
Crest
most.
came out.
I hear the most.
You know, I've been enjoying the vintage collection a bit more. But anyway, Legends first live stream 2026. Let's kind of breeze through these, but let's touch on the key uh, things that stand out. I do believe that a lot of the stuff we already knew was coming
Mm-hmm.
um, because the leak list came out some time ago, right?
All right.
Mhm.
So let's
Yeah, yeah.
do
Yeah.
let's do grab or pass on as we go through these
Okay.
and maybe speak about
All
them.
right.
All right.
All right. So they this was a nod to Black History Month. I felt like this was the first figure they led with. We finally got a classic Falcon. We haven't had a classic Falcon since the Toy Biz days. We've got a couple of Falcons from Hasbro, but it was more modern looks. I don't feel like they ever really got his build and stature right, and some of
Mhm.
those figures that we got originally. But I think this is a good. I don't know what would this be? Silver Age Falcon?
Is
Would it be
that
Silver Age?
sidekicking
Huh?
with Cap.
Yeah.
Delineate between Silver Age, Gold Age. I don't know. This is just
Well,
OG.
it's like 60s or 70s Falcon or some shit like that. Like obviously with that freaking bus line, that type of costume is very 70s.
The bus line, the deepest of V.
the V neck. Yeah, Falcon classic. We got a Red Wing again. We haven't had classic Falcon and Red Wing since Toy Biz. But obviously, you could pair this up with one of your classic Captain Americas, either the Secret Wars Captain America or the 80th anniversary or whatever it was. We got a few, or the Gameverse Captain America. We got a few you can choose from. For me, this is a cop. For one, because it's a black character. Two, because it's a classic Cap sort of sidekick. And three, because Red Wing will get us closer to Pet Avengers completion, which is some like niche kind of like side quest thing, but it is what it is.
Man, that clip on Red Wing is nonsense, dog. There
Yeah,
is no
that
need
shit,
for that shit
you're
to
right.
be bright red like that. Come on, man.
Trash. When they
That
did
is
the
some bull-
zoom in and he had like the coked out pigeon eyes, I was like, come on, son. Like,
I don't know why they would put a red clip right
down the hall. Oh,
on
and
the
it's like,
center.
yeah.
Yeah,
It's just
nutty.
not a good. The Red Wing is not great, and it's a shame because the classified line has given us birds, eagles, and shit. Like the wings have no articulation.
Yep.
The Legends team just doesn't do a good job with their animals.
I mean, I guess we already got a Hawk in the classified line that we like use, really, right?
We got a couple.
Loki, yeah, with
we got a Hawk
Spirit.
with the,
and then there's a brown version in the Night Force 2-pack with Spirit too. But then it would be too big. I don't know. I'll find a way to replace this. And remember, he had a Red Wing before, the one that clipped in the back. But anyway, for me, this is a grab for the culture. I like the fact, I do like what they did with the wings, and they gave us the 2 sets of wings, the extended and the full down at ease. But I do have a feeling that I will cop this at full price, and it will end up on clearance.
I could see it.
Yeah,
Rick, I know you're not fucking with this, right?
Not at retail. I'd buy this at a discount. I know, and you know me, I hate being like that. I always tell people, if you want something, if you want it to succeed, buy it at retail. But this is California, dog. I'm paying almost 10% in tax. I am not paying $30 for this. Out of your mind.
Yeah. Shout out to Power Droid 1138. He says long overdue and one step closer to a Bronze Age Avengers completion. So I guess it's Bronze Age. I don't know. This is a comment on my Instagram from Power Droid. All right, moving on. Next we had Constrictor. We haven't had Constrictor since the return of Marvel Legends days. That figure's actually still kind of okay, but I feel like these tentacles might be the same figure as the old fucking figure. Am I bugging?
Yeah, you're bugging. These are from Omega Red, I think.
Yeah, these are Omega Reds.
The original, remember, they were all floppy.
And they were thin.
They were thin and very floppy.
Yeah, you know what? Somebody, I don't remember who it was, but somebody made me some custom Constrictor tentacles that I still definitely have, that I will be utilizing.
I remember the video. Yeah, I remember the video. The person that did it for you used the old McFarlane Creech.
That's right.
And basically extended it down and put it into the slot. And I remember everybody after that started trying to find the Creech and do that shit themselves.
Yeah, that's right. 100%. Good memory.
Good
this particular one is definitely a cop for me. It's a great upgrade on one that we had previous. It's penless. He's got butterfly joints. It's a better colorway. And only thing is that like these Secret Wars figures, them putting in these like picture frames or plaques or whatever the fuck this is, like, save that shit, man. Put in some extra hands and heads. Like, what are we doing here? This is dumb.
Because that's the OG little shield with the little.
I know, but what? We don't need that. It's dumb.
I would feel cool about it if these were at a different price point. Like I still feel like Marvel Legends are getting over on us by not having different price points other than just like base, which is $27.99, and then you could pay more for deluxe. Then you can pay even more for maximum. I don't like that the shit goes up, up, and up. Like, how come they just have like a base line that's still 21? Okay, I'll keep it a buck. That's still $24.99. Based upon like it only comes with a set of hands or the tentacles or a couple of heads. Like that should be like their baseline, and it stays $25. $30 for this, and because of who the character is, 100% waiting on this to go on clearance because this one will sit. Especially
also, I just realized.
Go ahead.
Just like the old figure, there's no articulation here, so I'm confused now. I didn't even peep that before, but I see B Harper saying no wrist movement as well. And yeah, if I remember correctly, the old figure was like that too. There was no rotation and no hinge.
Yeah. So I don't know, man. I am
So wait a minute. Is the whole like forearm with the hand fixed?
Probably,
yeah. And I don't understand
for the whips.
But I don't get it. Just move those whips up on the forearm, and they're not going to be down by the wrist. Like, I guarantee you, none of us here are going to give a damn if in the comics, like, it's closer to the wrist, but on the figure it isn't. Like, you're already inaccurate in so many other ways. Why is this the moment where you're like, oh, we got to put them lower?
This is terrible. I can't believe that they charging $30.
Too late. You already said cop. You didn't already swipe the card.
I seen somebody on the live chat for the stream go like, this was not worth the wait. We've been waiting for this
we've
the
known
second
about
wave,
this
man.
on like 3 different like leaked lists. So
yeah.
It
there's not even nothing you could do with this at a like novice level in terms of sorry. In terms of
out of you already. Look at it. This figure's terrible.
In terms of hit bashing. There's nothing you could do just at a like real base like novice level, like a swap to like make it better or whatever. You got to really do some surgical shit to like make this more playable and better and shit with this whole arm situation. This is terrible.
Well, I don't like that. Do we have some more photos of this? Can we see something that may show?
I mean, you know what? Let me check because being that these actually came out. They might actually be on Hasbro Pulse's Facebook.
Well, while you're looking that up, I agree, Tyree. I agree. I agree that I say it all the time. How can we oblige these things at $30 on the pegs when I go 2 aisles over and there's Jada and there's SHF at $30? Like it's tough, man.
$30.
I mean, I can't.
Will these be at retail? Will this be at Target? This line, I guess, all the other secret stores, right? So this is the harshest reality. And I'm sorry, Hasbro, and I'm sorry, not sorry. You know how Hasbro distributes these. So I want you to right now close your eyes, picture yourself going into your local Target and seeing 6 or 7 constrictors all lined up on a shelf on a peg.
Yeah, man.
Them shits is gonna be sitting there. Put it in more perspective for you. Jean Grey went on clearance. Storm went on clearance. Constrictor is going on clearance.
Mystique even went on clearance already in some stores, man.
Yes, thank you, Rick. So, and again, same thing. You go into Target and there are like 7 of them, 6 of them on a shelf. And I don't know. I think the Legends team needs to realize that figures look less appealing when you see that many of them all on a shelf. It makes you feel like, oh, well, nobody wants this. Do I want this? Especially if you aren't like collector heavy and you went in with the intention to get said figure. But yeah, bro, paying $30 for this? Nah, Garrett, just wait a couple of weeks. It'll be marked down.
It's a shame, man. It's a shame what's going down because it's tough. Like, how can I justify it? Yeah. I'd rather go buy a repeat of a Goku that has wrist articulation at $30 in an aisle over. It's rough, man.
Yeah.
I don't know. In that little picture, you see the freaking constrictor with like his arms or whatever. all funky. They try to play it off like look at what this can do. But, come on, dog.
Yeah.
What is this?
Can you make that a little bigger? I don't know if it'll let
Enhance.
like enhance. Yeah, but you can definitely see there's no cut there because of how far down. There you go. How far down the little nubbin for the no hand articulation.
Yeah, why not move it up higher and get the wrist? I don't understand.
Or just like do something different, man. Y'all stepped into the new age with the interchangeable faceplates. Do a swap at the wrist right there, where you pull out the whole. There's a peg there. You just pull it out, and then he could have a couple of different hand configurations: fist, double fist, or open hands, or jazz hands, or whatever.
The cut can't be there because then the nubbin is on the hand.
No, I'm saying they could have did something different where you could.
This isn't in response to what you said. That was just me talking to me. Because I feel like I see a cut there, but maybe that's just wishful thinking that there's
there is a cut, but it's not going to be articulated. It's still fixed. I'm almost certain.
All right. Well, because we would have seen it. Because they could have did the thing. If this is what they wanted to do, then why not give him another set of arms the way they did for Maximum Spider-Man, where you could swap out at the forearm.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess there would have been no point to do that because you can just remove the whips. Yeah, it's not a good look. That's not a great look.
Yeah, man. This is at $30, most certainly not a good look.
$30.
It's crazy.
So what, you gonna make it through the rest of the Secret Wars? There we go. This Daredevil, where you want to go? Magic? Ileana? What we doing?
Sorry, give me a second here.
Those it's funny because now his new whips, because they did like the power effect thing on them, they look like gummy worms.
All right, up next was Absorbing Man. So we haven't had an Absorbing Man in quite some time. I think it's been 10 years exactly, or just under 10 years maybe, since we got the Build-A-Figure. The Build-A-Figure was on I don't know if honestly I don't even know if they used that buck again from Absorbing Man from that Build-A-Figure back in the day. I don't know if they got a chance to use that again.
I don't think so. It has those nasty old like ball jointed hips. So yes. I don't think they ever reused it again.
They used it again on Sandman.
Okay, yeah. On that old Sandman, I just sold that Sandman for dummy money. I cannot believe somebody would pay big money for something with.
He said dummy money. Like shout out to the person and thank you whoever purchased Rick Sandman. He really appreciates you.
Thank you. Good. Enjoy it.
We've been told that this new Absorber Man is on the Hercules upper torso. I heard somebody say that the legs were Luke Cage. I don't know if that's true, but he's going to be a little smaller than the old Build-A-Figure from what I can tell.
Is he really?
I think so.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, I honestly disagree, and I know you see in them comments, but I don't think you're correct. I don't think that those arms are gonna work on this shit. Those arms look completely different. Yeah,
I didn't say for certain that it will, but it's possible. I feel like you might be able to heat it pop.
I think at the best you'd have to do it at that bicep swivel and
at the bicep.
Hope that there's a bit of a match. Hope that there's a little bit of a match. But we really won't know until people have this in their hands.
Sure. Yeah, you got it. You would have to do it at the bicep, sure, because that's where it is on the Build-A-Figure. It's from the bicep down is different, just to kind of show him like, the hand just changed a little bit. It was like two different versions. It was the one that looked like, I don't know, wood or copper or some shit, and one that looked sort of like a rusted kind of metal or whatever.
Yeah, it was. It was metal and I see what you're saying, like a little rusty wood color. This dude, this is Aryan Nation Man. Like,
this is just man. This is just man, dog.
Racist goon number 3. that rolls with like this looks like just a Punisher villain, bro. Like they gotta come harder than this. And again, it's the same thing.
Some bullshit.
Like
Definitely some bullshit.
I know this line isn't catered toward kids, but just imagine being a kid and asking your mom to buy you this in the store. And she's like, what, who is this? Who is this? And then I'm like, this is Absorbing Man. And then she's like, well, what does he do? Well, he takes other people's powers and Well, he's not absorbing my money.
Right. He ain't doing nothing.
Absorbing your money, man. Absolutely.
But again, you gotta know the game. And so I am confident that we will get this same Absorbing Man in a version where he's using his powers, and it'll be like in a 2-pack. It'll be like in a 2-pack, like I don't know, who knows? Fucking version of the Hulk. It'll be
Spidey says it looks like somebody's alcoholic dad.
This shit is it's just crazy, bro. I don't know. I'm sure they thought it was a good idea, but I think that this same figure come out and it had like swappable arms or swappable something to showcase the power set. It would have been cool. A swappable leg, like treat it like a Build-A-Figure. And you know what? I would have paid for this to be a deluxe where you could have had like swappable legs that had like the powers in the leg and like a swappable arms, a different head, and then this same little ball and chain. I would have paid $34 for this. I'd have paid $39 for that.
I gotta also look up the old Hasbro did a like small Absorbing Man that had like a brick leg and like you remember that one?
The Toy Biz one?
Oh yeah.
Oh wait, was that the first Hasbro Legends like early on?
Yeah, yes. That's from the old freaking what's it called? The old.
He was super skinny though.
Yeah, super skinny, really petite ass looking Absorbing Man.
Yeah, he was real skinny. I said Toy Biz, but I used to love that Absorbing Man that was in the Toy Biz days, and he had like the orange prison pants on, and one of his absorbing hands was a Hulk, and he came with the ball and chain where the actual chain.
I still utilize that ball and chain. I talked about it on a video the other day. That ball and chain is official because it's like a real hanging chain, and you can like have him just with it kind of draped over his shoulder and hanging, and it looks real authentic. But yeah, that other Absorbing Man from Hasbro was in the Fin Fang Foom Build-A-Figure wave.
Yep.
Yeah. He caught the short for them to use the rest of the money on the plastic for the tooling for Fin Fang Foom. Because he was small. But this for me is another one I'll get on clearance. I got a feeling this whole wave will be on clearance. So I'll wait.
Yeah. Okay. Up next, they showed off Magic, and while these other ones is just kind of mad to me, this is definitely a must cop for me because I'm anticipating that they'll round out this team. I'm also anticipating that we'll get an updated Warlock, too, especially with trend them redoing Build-A-Figures. I could really see them stepping it up and giving us something new-ish for Warlock, but making it better. But anyway, Magic. What you guys think? Was this? Did they say that this was a new body?
I saw people online saying they think it is.
Okay, I feel like Dwight mentioned it, that he said something about this being new in some form or fashion. So.
Yeah, what sucks is, and maybe it can be remedied just by like redoing the colors. And I know it's not supposed to be, but X-Men 97 Sunspot in this uniform is a different color yellow. Now I know they're not supposed to go together, so maybe they can just take that body from the X-Men 97 Sunspot and then use it to do the males on this team on the new X-Men.
I could see it.
This is a cop for me because I love this character. I love Magic. I love that she's getting hella shine in the comics and just in the games and different mediums in the past like decade. This is a cop. Easy cop.
Yeah, cop for me, for sure. Okay, then they showed off semi-symbiote Spider-Man. So this is cool in concept, but I mean, like, Joe Schmo down the block could have made this shit for me. Like, I didn't need them to like half-ass it from Hasbro. Like, you know what I mean? Like, this could have been a lot more. It could have been a lot better. The fact that you see this in the package with like two hands, this is some bullshit. They could have really kitted this shit out, and it could have been amazing. It could have been phenomenal. Again, with more interchangeable parts and like just different things you could do. Now, don't get me wrong, being that we have other black suited Spider-Man, you could probably heat and pop some parts and like do some fun things or whatever. But you know, that's banking on you having a shitload of other previous figures to work with and shit. So
Yeah,
I don't know.
honestly, that's one of the biggest themes of these reveals, and one of the biggest problems is that like most of these things don't mean a thing if you weren't collecting like 12 years ago, and that sucks. That's awful, man. It sucks to be that way.
I'm gonna put
I
you
mean,
on.
it rewards us, you know, but it sucks for anybody that started collecting within the past 5 years. It sucks.
I'm gonna put you on the game of how this would have sold.
Mhm.
What base body is this Spider-Man on?
It's Renew Your Vows, from
Yeah,
what I
that's
understand.
yeah, Renew Your Vows. Yeah.
All right, peep game. SDCC 3-pack, 3 different Spider-Men, re-release of Renew Your Vows Spidey, and then I don't know, do something with it to make it look a little different. Actually, got an even better idea. They should not have released that Magic the Gathering Spider-Man, SDCC 3-pack, Battle Damage Spider-Man on the right, this Spider-Man in the middle, and then on the left, black suit Spider-Man using the maximum spider body.
Oh
Nope.
man, that would have gone crazy at Comic-Con for sure.
3-pack.
That would have been nutty.
Because remember, the whole reason he needed the symbiote was because his suit got fucked up in Secret Wars. So the story of how he ended up in the black suit and the draw being the maximum Spider-Man body on this with the symbiote, I would have copped it then, and it would have been a cool thing to have. But soloed like this, nah, this ain't it.
Yeah, this ain't it.
Yeah,
This
and
ain't it.
somebody said in the chat like whatever, this comes with nothing. Everything else comes with nothing anyways. That's fine. But this isn't even on the same body as the black suit Spider-Man that they released last year. Why wouldn't it at least be on that same mold? Why
I would
would you
do it on the
like
same mold so you could like fuck around and really like, you know, match it up and do your toy photography one, do your ACBA one too. Like, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, I don't get that. I do not get that. I never even got that Spider-Man 2.
Yeah.
I still need it, but
so if you want this, hold out, because I have a feeling this one will be at Ross. this
screams DD's.
You know what's funny though? This is something that a kid would get their parent to buy, though. That's for sure.
Not for $30 though. So that's what they shoot themselves, because it's like, as a parent, I am not. This is not an impulse buy for me, for my kid, for $30. So this is no longer, in my opinion, a line for kids. It's just not. But that's a whole nother.
Okay. And then the final figure from this Secret Wars wave, they have been 6-figure assortments. The 6th and final figure here was Daredevil, and alternate costume, not his classic costume. I feel like this is like, I don't know, was this the 90s where he had this? I really don't even remember.
I want to say,
was it the 90s?
When Secret Wars, I thought this line came out in the 80s. This Secret Wars line.
No, but I mean, the Secret Wars stuff, is it actually supposed to be? I guess that makes sense. All right, yeah, okay, so it had to be the 80s then, yeah. But yeah, what y'all think about this? New body, supposedly a new body.
You know what's funny is that when I saw these pictures, the only other person I saw that have the same observation was Wade. Shout out to Wade. I said, this shit looks like Face Off 2-pack Daredevil. But
100%.
like now, I was like, what the fuck? This shit looks like Face Off. You know, good on them. They're a brand new body. You know, I'm really weary when they do things like that. Like, either when they make brand new bodies, they're like really amazing, or they're absolutely lackluster and they don't have the range. So this is a wait and see situation. But I'm very nostalgic for that Face Off 2-pack Daredevil. So I like it. I wish it had an unmasked head though. That does suck.
Again, how do you not give us the Matt Murdock comic unmasked head by now? It's been so many opportunities for them to give that to us. But yeah, the draw here, or the upgrade from the 3-pack Daredevil, is that they fix the shoulders basically. You know what I mean? He got broader, more built shoulders. It's an articulated body, but they dropped the ball by not giving him toe joints when the last Daredevil had that. It's like it's whack-a-mole with Hasbro, man. They give you something and then they take something away, man. This is
It's this whole wave is nothing but half measures. Like one fist. Come
one
on,
fist.
man. What are we doing?
You could make this at home. You could don't we have a Deadpool?
If the Reds match.
Yeah,
if the Reds match. I mean, there's quite a few opportunities to swap on other red hands. Yes, but this looks like a very unique shade of red that I don't know that we've necessarily had before. So I don't know. I really don't know. And I don't know. I don't want to see them lead with this for a new Daredevil. People want a classic Daredevil with the proper shoulders, with the full articulation, the toe joint, all of that shit. Like you said, Rick, you just said it best. It's a bunch of half measures, man.
Well, we knew this was coming though. Like this Secret Wars line and wave, none of them should be surprises because they're just remaking the old Secret Wars toys from back in the day. So even this deco for this Daredevil with the giant double D's on his chest, like I that's for me a reason not to cop it because I don't like that design. Like
I don't like this design.
If I lived in Hell's Kitchen and saw this dude with the giant double D's on his chest, I would laugh at him and I'd be like, "Yo, what? You're a clown superhero. You're like one of those superheroes I see on YouTube, just like patrolling the suburbs. Like, what are you doing? You look crazy."
I'm good. I'm good on this. I'm good on this.
I'll wait. They'll use this body again. They'll give us a proper Daredevil. He'll have the toe articulation. I don't think Daredevil will be in a maximum release. I personally just don't see it coming because I just don't know what type of accessories they could do for him. But the one of my favorite things about this is the Daredevil like sonar on the back of the head. That they nailed. That shit is fire.
Yeah, that's probably the biggest draw of this, especially in terms of the accessories. That's for sure. Okay, Daredevil. Looks like everybody's waiting on Daredevil. Then in the same sort of universe and vein, Daredevil villains here. We got a 2-pack of a character that I was not even familiar with, Muse, and a different look for Bullseye.
This is a grab for me. Easy grab. Muse is a very, very cool design villain. I like the fact that he's like an artist and he like does art around his murders and shit. He's a serial killer. This design is very cool. He was in this new Daredevil Reborn as one of the villains. So this hits for me. And as I've said on here a couple times, I have my Marvel squad in my G.I. Joe classifieds. And I also have a few Marvel villains on the Cobra side as like a special unit. So this Bullseye 100% is going in my Cobra, my Marvel Cobra villains display, and where it's like military Bullseye. This is perfect for that for me.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and read the storyline and see how I feel about it after the fact.
Yeah. He's a good character. He was Psycho in the books, so you'll like him.
Okay. All right. Yeah, this is sensitive for me. And then they showed off another 2-pack. We're gonna get I guess, is this Heroes Reborn? No. I forget what the storyline.
I don't know. I could have sworn that his suit was black and white, not blue and white. For where
No,
he did,
no. It was definitely blue and white.
was it? But we had a figure back in the day of it that was black and white.
I don't know. I'm not sure. I feel like this was always blue and white. This particular.
This is
costume.
from The Crossing.
Yeah, I think that is what he said. The Crossing. You look it up.
Yeah, we were this past couple days we were looking up like interior pages, and it looks about right. I just don't like that he doesn't have like, I guess the best word would be like karate chop hands. Like, why are they these weird like almost grabbing something open hands? Like, I don't know.
Yeah, it really makes no sense that they would do that and not give you hands that are more suited for running really fast. Like it doesn't make any sense. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. They should have went ahead and made this a Ollie's exclusive, because this shit is gonna collect all the dust. Ain't nobody copying.
What I did say about this was I was happy to have the head sculpt. I didn't even at first I didn't realize that it was 2 head sculpts for Quicksilver. So you do get 2 newer head sculpts that you could utilize on either one of the previous Quicksilvers that we received, the green suited or the blue suited body. So that gives you a little more playability there. I don't know. I guess we do probably have some blue gloved hands that we use that are, the straight hands for running that was describing. I also said that Widow was head sculpts that we had before, but I don't think we had an angry head sculpt there on the left before. So that is a draw for the Widow. But again, paying, huh?
I don't think we had that.
Yeah. So, but paying full price just for head sculpts is not ideal. So this is definitely a pass for me, unless if I see it for $20 somewhere, then I definitely got it for the head sculpts. But other than that,
this shit gonna be a pass for everybody. When
Yeah.
did Black Widow wear that suit?
It was in that storyline.
In that storyline. And you know that Brian did say that it's, depending on who's coloring it, it's either blue or black on some Batman shit. Like it
I just in my mind's eye, I'd always pictured it being darker, and I would just looked it up, and they did make a figure of this similar to this suit. It was in Armor Wars for that X-Men line back in the day, and they did them in the black and white. But either way, I have no affinity to these looks, so this is an easy pass. Even on clearance, it's an easy pass for me.
Yeah, it is the Crossing. I've been looking at some comic scans here. Okay, cool. Then they did what they've been doing, re-releasing Build-A-Figures with slightly different deco that you can get without building the figure. You just get the figure all in one shot, deluxe box. This is going to be on a retro card, so it'll be pretty huge because this Onslaught figure is pretty big. Back in the day, you were building Red Skull as Onslaught, which was a storyline in the comic books. But if you wanted a regular Onslaught or the original Onslaught, then you had to buy a prop figure where she came with the additional head sculpt. It was like a whole DLC thing, and like the time when they were like flirting with running danger, what have you. And yeah, apparently this though is more comic accurate. And again, you get everything here in one shot. I don't need this, but the completist in me, in terms of having all the Build-A-Figures, the original Build-A-Figures and stuff,
you better not. You better not buy this shit.
You know what? If I see this, I don't know what it is, but I love these fucking big ass Build-A-Figures on these cards. So I only buy them if they're like on clearance or something, because they just display so nice on a wall. Like, damn, what the fuck is that big ass figure in that card back? But yeah,
don't buy this shit. I'm looking at my Onslaught right now. This is perfectly fine, bro. Like, they didn't do enough. They didn't add no new shit. Adding some red inside the hands is not enough to move the needle to replace this figure and you didn't do anything else new.
Or how about giving us that damn Red Skull head in this? That would have been worth it. Because not everybody bought that Kitty Pryde. It could have been like, hey, look at this one actually comes with that head sculpt.
I wouldn't have wanted the Red Skull head. But they should have gave us the manic, angry looking Charles Xavier head, because there's a point in the comic where like you see Charles's head under this.
Well,
So
now you're cooking a little bit too much.
You're cooking too much.
Now you really cooking right now.
Right.
I'm just saying, the red, it looks like the red pops a little bit more. It's a little more cherry, a little more candy, whatever. But nah, bruh, it's not enough different for me to drop down another $40 for this when it is the exact same Build-A-Figure from how long ago did this release? This shit has to be at least 10 years old.
Forever ago, man. Yeah.
Yeah, this is probably about 10 years old too. Yeah, maybe.
This is pure cash grab in its most truest form. This is cash grab. Like, come on, bro. And I already knew somebody was gonna say it. So I already knew in the chat somebody was gonna be like, yeah, but isn't the old one pinned? I don't give a fuck. I don't care. Like, pins don't motivate. Pins aren't enough for me to warrant you releasing the same exact buck figure, everything else, and all you did was make it pinless. Because when he's on the shelf, I don't care that there are pins in the arms and legs. I just genuinely don't care. That is not a high selling point for me. I'm sorry, it's not.
Yeah, I just more half measures here.
The old one was pinned, but honestly, I still like this Build-A-Figure. It's still clean
and look. This came out 10 years ago, and you said it's pinned, but look, the legs are pinned, the arms are pinless. That's the same shit they're doing today, where you're getting like figures where half of it is pinned, half of it is not. That's why I don't care, because I don't care. Like, you can take they still are releasing figures today that are still pinned. Not everything that's released in the Marvel Legends line is pinless. So your shit is going to be mixed and matched anyway.
Yeah. I mean, this really has no worth for anyone that doesn't just need it because they missed it.
Because they missed it. Yes.
Yeah.
Right.
If it's not that case, it's really not worth a damn thing to you, this figure. I don't imagine.
So, hate to say it,
but
this is going to be on clearance.
They get you going and coming, man. So
yeah, this is going to be on clearance too. Especially, is this hitting retail? Did I hear someone say this is a Target exclusive?
They did.
I'm not sure.
If this is a Target exclusive, they're out their fucking mind. First of all, Onslaught hasn't even been in the comics or games or anything also in over a decade. So again, this is a collector-driven line, which is fine, but you've half of your base already has this if they've been in the game long enough. Then for your new people that are new to collecting, that's going to lower the like people that this is marketed toward. And then new people who are like picking up characters on the shelf because they know them or I used to like this. There's some nostalgia there. This ain't it.
I mean, to be fair, they might be on some sneaky shit. They might be on some like this almost was a Gamerverse type deal because he is in Marvel vs. Capcom. They might, but I mean the design is different in the game, but they might have been on some sneaky shit almost on that.
I'm looking at art now. I'm looking at a bunch of art and
that would have been the way to sell this. Had they sold this in Gamerverse packaging, or had they paired this with another figure or character that we haven't gotten yet in the games.
Yeah.
Like
they're gonna have to double dip on this. If they do a Gamerverse Onslaught, it's gonna be different. It's gonna be a little more.
What more?
I think they're gonna change the build of it. If they were to do it, it'll be a little because he was a little more like
he was big.
He was hulking and
he
but
was
I mean
stage character.
You know how Hasbro gets down. They add in just a couple things and act like it's brand new. Like they could have done like the sharper shoulders because those shoulder pads can pop off. So you do like sharper shoulder pads, and maybe you change like the knee part of the boot to be a little bit more spiky, and people would have been like, okay, cool.
I don't know. This isn't enough for me to be $40 or whatever they're going to charge for this. Also, making this a Target exclusive is ballsy because, yeah.
I mean, what do we know about Target exclusives on card backs right now? Is that they always go on discount. So
yeah,
I might end up with a thing just to have it on my wall.
Another reason this is going on discount is because of what you said earlier is the draw for you, the size of this and how much shelf space it takes up.
Yeah.
They hate that shit. If your figure's too big and takes up too much shelf space and isn't moving, your shit gonna be on clearance.
Yeah. What's the name of the fucking that Surtur? I'll never forget that Surtur went on clearance a month into it being on my shelf. I was like, what the hell? Like this just came out last month.
It was like $10. Remember that?
Crazy.
Yeah. I still have that shit in package. I never even opened it.
Yeah, I still got mine in package too. But let's keep it going.
Yeah, let's keep going. Up next, we almost done here. Archangel, or Angel, Archangel. Basically, this is supposed to be from X-Men '97, though. So obviously, all of the X-Men '97 stuff that has been coming out, people have been just utilizing it as comic base by swapping on heads from some of the previous comic based figures, because the show head sculpts look a lot like the show, a little softer, a little more cartoony or what have you, but you can definitely fudge a lot of these figures by just utilizing some of the original head sculpts. So yeah, Archangel here also has different configuration in terms of the wings. They're different from the most recent Archangel that we got in his X-Force costume. I don't think that the X-Force version could even do this configuration right here. So if you have the ability to swap the wings between the two, then then you could do something. But I don't know. This is not a must own for me, as a lot of the X-Men '97 stuff hasn't been a must cop for me. So I could go either way with this.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Why the fuck did they include this gun in here with them? What was that about?
I don't know.
That has to be a reference to a scene of some kind that I just can't remember.
I can't remember.
So. I don't even really remember him being in X-Men '97 like that. Like, did Morph turn into him one time when they were like flying? That didn't Morph turn.
That's for sure. That definitely happened. Yes.
But I don't know what the gun is. Maybe it's another gun to go with Cable and it's on some DLC shit. I love Warren. I love Warren Worthington III as a character. I love Angel. I love Archangel. I am Archangel the fuck out. They have given us in a short span also. Like, they've given us a lot of Angel figures. And to be honest with you, I still like the look of the one that I have that has like the metallic wings, like this Angel that came with like the metal looking wings, and they're a different style than this. So I don't know, man. I don't know yet. I'm still on the fence on this if I'm gonna get it or not. I do like the look. Can you show me the picture where he's like got the wings covering him and he's looking like the Angel of Death kind of thing? Mm-hmm. He looks like Death Scythe from Gundam in one there. Yeah, that's
Shelf Presence says that gun is from the original series at some point.
The original series?
Yeah, like the original '97 cartoon, not like the recent one, is what he's saying.
God, okay.
Like some sort of scene with him in that gun.
Yeah, maybe. So I don't know. If I see it, this may be like an impulse buy. Will this hit retail?
Supposedly, yeah. I think this is
pre-order. I'm sorry to cut you off.
Actually, I'm lying. I think this might have been a store, one of the store exclusives. I'm not sure.
Like an Amazon joint. This screams Amazon right here.
This is a Circuit
City exclusive.
This shit is a Buffalo Wild Wings exclusive. I don't know. If I see it, this may be an impulse cop for me. Also contingent upon how much this is going to cost, because all of the other Archangel Deluxe have been like 30. Shit, remember they went up on the X-Force one. That one was like $40.
Yep. This is gonna be 40, I bet.
That fucking gun.
Okay, and then finally, at the very end, I put up a video like a few minutes, literally like a few minutes, maybe like a half hour before the stream dropped, and predicted that they would finally show off Maximum Thor, and that he would have a nice little pack in with them. And yeah, that was the case. We finally got to see Maximum Thor, and all of our Coipel's design of Thor, which is one of my favorite comic artists and also one of my favorite looks for Thor. I think this is like peak Thor, really, in this type of costume.
Is better than the classic. Like this is one design of a character where the new design trumps the OG design, in my opinion.
100%. I think this is one that perfectly describes it. That's what I thought when I first saw it. It's like, all right, this shit is actually better than the OG look. Like this is it's modern, but it's still like a fucking high-powered knight type deal, and like it's still fire.
Yeah, this will fuck you up. Like he's regal. Right. He looks like he's ready for war. Like this is a really great design for Thor. Now,
also, I feel like this era in comics is when they was like really leaning into the fact that Thor was like unfuckwittable. Like, it was just like Thor be holding back. Like he's not, he's not for play. Like he is super duper powerful, and he just be holding back most of the time. But yeah, we got to see this design. We haven't seen this look, this costume for Thor since 2012, I believe. So over 10 years for this, almost 15 years, right?
Yeah, this is Return to Marvel Legends joint right here.
So let me tell you something before you actually fucked up their money on this for me, because I saw it, I didn't love it, but I was like, I'll cop it because this is probably one of the better looking Maximum releases, right? But then I watched the video that you put up of this, and you fucked up by using or showing the old Marvel Legends version of this. And even though the arm articulation is limited, just the size of that Thor and how big and bulky and muscular he looks much better and bigger. The like sculpt looks bigger and better than this Thor. Do you have it handy to grab it and put it on camera real quick?
Yeah, I do actually. One second.
And I get it. I don't think it had like the same level of like ab articulation, and the articulation may not be there, but just the sculpt of that first Marvel Legends Thor in this design looks menacing. Like he looks imposing. Like he looks like.
I mean, honestly, I think that the new Thor is probably going to be the same size. It may look a little small right there, but it's honestly probably the same size as this one. And again, like I said, this figure still looks okay, but the articulation sucks. It's bad.
The articulation wasn't great, but this Thor, the new Maximum Thor, looks to have more muscles. This Thor looks like, what's the dude's name that everybody wants to be every action hero, Batman and everybody else? Alan Richardson.
Alan Richardson,
whatever his name is. But that looks like him, like a big, like Reacher. He looks like a big ass tank of a dude, and this one does not as much. But maybe so. This is what
the other one is more physically imposing looking for sure.
Yeah.
But this is going to be the better figure, no question.
Probably.
Yeah, no question.
Can you take that Thor with you to Toy Fair just in case they have, which they probably will.
They do. Dan Yoon said that this will be there for people to pose around and mess with at the booth.
Excellent idea. I did not think about that, but I did think about that. The fact that we would probably see everything that we saw in the stream at Toy Fair. Full transparency, there's two things going on tomorrow. I do get with the Legends team tomorrow at Toy Fair for a walkthrough, but there is also, I believe, a separate offsite event that I'm trying to get with PR for to gain access to, and it's probably the offsite event that's going to have some of these things that the regular showroom floor won't have. So I'm in the midst of going back and forth with people right now, trying to get into the offsite event because I didn't. I don't know what happened. PR reached out to me, but not for the offsite event. So,
Yeah.
yeah, I will bring Thor.
Shilchella.
Huh?
I said
Chilchella.
haters will say it's called Shilchella.
She'll chill out. But yeah, I will definitely bring this Thor along because
Yeah.
again, when I was looking at this again, I didn't love the shape of these heads, man. I don't know. Something is off here.
Agreed. They
I
look
don't
like
know if
they look like some of the uglier Mattel head sculpts for some of their He-Mans. Like back when they first started doing Masterverse and hadn't figured out how to do the head sculpts really well, they have that kind of feel to them, or look to them rather.
he looks a little too like cartoony, maybe. Like I don't know what it is. Something is off. It's like he's got like marbles in his mouth or some shit. Like I don't know what's happening here.
He also doesn't have a neck, and it makes him look like a meathead.
Right. I mean, Thor is kind of a meathead. But
Honestly, I just my biggest issue with this one was the fact that we don't have that hammer spinning effect. They already have it. I mean, I know
Right.
that it's not accurate, but I don't give a damn. We need that effect. And number two, I would have really liked the head sculpt with whited out eyes.
Mm.
Yeah.
That would have been nice. But this does look good. This does look good. Don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to say that this thing looks like shit or anything. You know, it looks good. It looks good.
Yeah.
It looks good, but I mean, again, you have to take it a step further on your own to make it maximum. Basically, I mean, yeah. Could you cop two of these and then go ahead and like white out the eyes on one of these head sculpts or whatever, and then like you would have to grab some other like flesh colored hands for some more gestures with hands. I talked about swapping out the hammer or utilizing the hammer from the other most recent modern Thor that we have to like really simulate, the hammer kind of lighting up. And then it's these head sculpts. It's just like, damn, like I need to see what this neck peg, whatever the neck peg looks like, with the head completely off the peg. And I wonder if this head sculpt from the older 2012 version could sit on there. I'd like to see just how it looks, but I'm gonna surely try it if I get hands on this thing tomorrow. So I'm gonna surely try it.
You know something else, and this is a minor, it's a minor major first world problem nitpick. There is everybody's been harping on the spinning hammer for this set. There is no excuse, especially
It's me. I'm everybody.
But a lot of people have been saying it too. But for there to be multiple hammers in this set and neither of them have the inscription on it, a thing like "Let he whoever be worthy have the power of Thor." Remember, we used to get like a bunch of hammers that used to have that inscribed on them on the side.
Yeah.
And I always thought that was a hella cool feature to have on the hammer, especially for people that do ACBA and like doing some cool shots of however you say the name of the hammer, Mjolnir. It's to me that's lacking to not have that on a maximum release of Thor. I don't know. So here's something that I haven't seen a lot of people talk about. How much do you think this is going to be?
We know the price.
Do we?
Isn't it 56?
Where'd you hear that?
I've seen that around. Brad, tell me if I'm lying. Isn't this shit 56?
Well,
I mean 56. I'm mad at 56 actually.
Say that again, Boog.
I said I'm not mad at 56 actually.
You know,
one thing that we did not mention, which is a major draw of this figure, is it's the first soft goods cape in the Life of the Marvel Legends line.
No, it's not.
It's
the first wired cape.
Wired cape. All right. What other soft goods cape do we have?
Odin, Doctor Doom.
Oh yeah, Doctor
Okay.
Doom has one. Yeah, it's just
Yeah.
isn't
It's the first wired.
wired.
You're right.
Yeah, first
It's
wired
the
cape.
first
Yeah.
wired cape. But Odin, who's a figure of bigger than this, he has I don't know where mine is right now. He has a soft goods cape.
Yeah, and so does Hella.
People.
So does Hella.
That's right. Hella from that box set also had a soft good. It was like a felt cape, but it was just yeah. And none of these capes had any wire or whatever.
Yeah,
so,
no wire.
yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
These lightning effects is doing a lot of work and taking up room in this fucking packaging, bro.
Mhm.
Are these the ones
Man, not even new.
Storm? Are these the ones that came with Storm? In yellow.
They came. I swear these
I
came with
don't think
Electro.
so.
Am I tripping?
Nah, the one that came with Storm were a lot smaller. So
I think you're right, Rick. Because
I didn't open that Electro yet. You mean the MCU Electro, right?
Yeah.
Jamie Foxx.
Yeah, I didn't open that yet, so I'm not 100% sure. Could be.
So here's $56. How much was Deadpool? 49.
I want to say yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, these are with Electro. Yeah, I just double checked. It's the same ones.
So $56, $60 for this. Man, I don't know.
That's rough.
That is rough. It's I do like the new throwing the hammer meow meow.
Yeah, I love that. Yeah.
Like that. That's a cool addition. I do agree. If you're going to reuse parts, fuck those lightning bolts and throw in the spinning hammer that came with Chlor and then just pack it behind him. That I think would have made a lot of people happy. And the only other thing, like I don't know whose horn this is. Is that Surtur's horn? I don't know whose horn that is. Throg is cool.
Yeah, I like Throg.
I think had you just the only thing this truly is missing is the spinning hammer, and you already have it. So just
I think it really needed those whited out eyes, man. I think it would have gone a long way because I mean, remember last time the way that they did that was it had to be in a San Diego Comic-Con pack inside of the hammer. Remember, and then that's how you got the whited out eyes.
Oh yeah.
Thor with the thunder like effect on
it was like a power up effect on his paint too, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. I remember that. Yeah, I don't know. I love this look. I'll wait till the footage of you actually having it in hand and comparing it to the other Thor. Because I do feel like this Thor should be bigger than the other figures. So we'll see. Are there any pictures of him next to anybody else to kind of see like a
like during the stream?
Nah. Yeah, nah, I don't think so. They had him out by himself. They didn't do any size comparisons. I don't believe it. This was the last thing they showed.
Ebony Leopard said Mjolnir is how you say it. Mule like a donkey and nair like the hair removal. Mjolnir.
Yeah,
Mjolnir. I'll say it just like that from now on. Mjolnir. I got it.
This is a real Mixoplix situation. Pronouncing that man's name is a nightmare.
Even attempt to say that shit. All right.
Yeah.
Was that the
But
last
anyway,
that's everything
for this to be complete and maximum, you're gonna have to take a little bit of something from all of the past Thors to like round this out. So while I do love the idea of having a helmetless head, I just don't love the head sculpt here. So
you know what would have sold me? Maybe this is making it worse. The helmetless head would have been cool if they had just the helmet. Like the accessory, like you could have him holding his helmet in his hand or something, you know?
Yes, that would have been fire. Also, I love the idea of like the big three having like something from their costume that they could just like sit down somewhere, like, you know, having Thor's helmet, Iron Man helmet, and Cap shield, and like, you know, those type of things make for cool toy photography shots, cool ACBA shots and shit like that. Like how we saw my man do with the Spider-Man mask earlier, basically. You know, those type of little props and things really add something, and it's magical to some of these shots.
Also, something from your video, and I don't want to miss it because it was a really good point that you brought out. Taking a page from the book of import figures and including that handle. Because remember, I hit you up and I was like, "Yo, what is the handle for?" And then you were like, "I think it plugs into the back to make it look like he's carrying his hammer on his back." And I was like,
Yeah.
"Shit, they've never done anything like that before." And you hit the nail on the head when you said that's something that's very common that you'll see in anime import figures. So they're watching and they're taking notes.
You know, again,
even the faceplates. It's three things that really kind of stand out as like, all right, they're trying to lean into some premium shit. It's the handle on the back, the faceplates, and the wired cape. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, but for it to really be at the level that they want it to be or want it to appear to be, they gotta at the very least pack in more hands. You need a tray of fucking hands. So
yeah,
they gotta stop.
I sound like a broken record, but this is just more half measures. I sent it in our chat. You don't have to bring it up, but just look at it. Like, this is definitely what they were going for, but they didn't give us the helmet, so it doesn't matter. Like, the fact that, like, yeah, they gave us the handle so you could put it in his back. They gave us the unhelmeted head, but they don't give you the helmet. So you can't even recreate this shot right here from the book because the helmet wasn't given to you separately. That sucks. Like definitely they were going with this panel right here, and there's no helmet. That's a bummer.
I just saw somebody in the chat say something really cool, and I did it with my hand. It was a Scorpio 96. I've never seen any Thor figure come with this, but he said he doesn't have a hand to simulate calling Mjolnir. And
100%.
I
did say that.
Jazz hands, right? Is that what you call them, Boog?
Yeah, that's jazz hands. I said that in the video. I say needed some jazz hands for sure.
Yeah, I've never seen any.
But I was thinking more so just kind of like, you know, swinging a hammer in one hand and then just having open hand, you know, with the opposite hand. But that actually makes even more sense, and that would have been fire. Yep.
Yeah, easy fix. Well, shout out to somebody in ACBA because we do have a lot of Caucasian, Norse-looking jazz hands. I don't know if we have one big enough to go in a Thor, but somebody should capture that in photo form.
Like I said, that
Brutal Realm, where you at?
That most recent modern Thor that we got does have one left hand open hand. It's not the right hand, but
80th Cap Live
no,
said
it's
80th anniversary Thor had a hand like that.
No, but this is the one that was like, I don't know, he was different. Oh, it was the version where he like fought Galactus. That look, I think.
The Herald.
Yeah, like Herald Thor, exactly.
Yeah, he had an open hand.
He had one open hand. Yeah, I'm looking at it right now.
All right, well, never mind then. I guess it has.
But we got a lot of bigger Caucasian hands, so you could definitely make something happen.
If Brutal Realm has open hands, I'm stealing one from there. You got it, farts. And you know what? Before we move on to the next topic, we had a ridiculous amount of super chats.
Nice.
We got to get through those.
Let's do
first super chat from a person you guys might not know very well. His name is For Real D Walt. Ever heard of him? He's on this panel right now, and he was the first super chat tonight. And he said, "This podcast is lame for starting late." Boo. That was fucking great.
Hilarious.
Thank you, David. What a sweet man. All comes right back to us. Beautiful.
Do what I can.
Right.
What a guy. And then from Shelf Presence, shout out to Shelf Presence, who's been active all night in the chat. He's the fucking man.
Shout out to Shelf Presence.
Says, hey, gents, hope you're all having a great week and looking forward to all the Toy Fair goodness. Stay safe and have a great weekend. Thanks, Shelf Presence. What a guy.
Thank you.
Nice.
What an absolute legend. Bo Biggs, baby. You know who that is. The silence behind the violence himself. Bo Biggs with a very generous super chat with no message as always, because again, he is the silence behind the violence.
Shout out to Bo Biggs.
Shout out Bo Biggs.
You know what else sucked about this old Thor too? No ankle pivots. That was like one of the worst things.
Oh yeah, that was the freaking worst.
Yeah, the articulation again was terrible on that Hulk, but I mean on that Thor. but it was a time when, you know what I'm saying, he came out at a time when they were still early in the game. So I'll give him
They was trying to figure it out, but this swivel with no hands was terrible.
I remember that Thor like the back of my hand because it was it was something special when it came out.
Yeah,
because
and
it looks good. It's like you said, he's imposing and like
imposing as hell.
But...
And we have another super chat from Donna Pops Baby says, I wonder if Hasbro will do more larger select size figures with better articulation like they did with Juggernaut. Dude, that's the fucking hope, man. That's the dream right there.
Yeah.
Again, I'm holding out on Gamerverse Sabretooth. I don't need him to be as big as Jugs, but I would like him to be big like he is on the Marvel Versus games.
At the very least, wide, like
wide body,
thick boy,
Yeah, we need them thick. And we had one more super chat before we're done. From Brad Harper, the professional. Ever heard of him? Shout out to Brad with his product shots with premium DNA for these Contra figures. Shout out to Brad. That was a.
Oh, that's what that was. Okay, all right.
Yeah,
Shout out to
that's all Brad, man. That's the professional himself. Shout out to him. His message was, Boog, what Thors are you bringing to Toy Fair to compare with the Maximum?
All right, I got to bring them all then.
Yeah, man, you got to take all them Johns.
Nice. I am curious to see how their first crack at a wired cape is going to go. Because it can either go really well or they could have cheaped out on the wire and that shit breaks inside the cape.
Ripping through the cape. Yeah, that'll be some bullshit.
So we'll see.
Oh my God, Donna Pops. He just gave another super chat right now as we're talking. Thank you so much, Donna Pops. What a fucking guy. Says,
thank you.
Fax, give me a taller swole Magneto and Sabretooth for show. Oh man, you're getting me too excited right now, brother. That would be the absolute dream.
If they don't find a way to give us the like crumbled aluminum foil metal from Magneto's moves in Marvel vs. Capcom as like a pack-in accessory, like they did for Wolverine with the claw slash, fumble. They gotta have.
What was it all for if that's not what we're doing?
Yeah, fumble. Shout out to the chat, man. You guys have been super active tonight. We've had a lot of people tuned in to the live. I know we normally have really good numbers on the replay crew, but you guys have been rolling with us strong tonight. So thank you. Like you guys are doing a wonderful job.
Oh yeah, man. And we just got another super chat. From Judo Boy. I've been seeing you active tonight, Judo Boy. Shout out to Judo Boy with the super chat. Says ACBA tournament revival ASAP. Brother, the wheels are in motion.
Already turning, baby.
Yeah. We're trying to lock down another event right now, and ACBA tournament will soon follow it. So get ready for that. We're coming for it all, baby.
Yeah. We actually have quite a few ACBA announcements that are coming down the pipe. So you guys stay tuned. I got a feeling we're going to get a lot of smiles out of a lot of people. And this would also be a really good time to plug the fact, if you don't know, now you know that ACBA merch is back. I do believe the link can be found in the description. Yeah. In the description in the video. So we got hats, we got shirts, we got hoodies, we got bed sheets, we got do-rags, we got refrigerator magnets, we've got beer cozies, we've got car covers for when it snows. If you need it, we got it. ACBA logo. We're slanging everything.
Oh man, yeah.
Do we want to? I feel like there's mad other news. There's definitely more Hasbro stuff, but do we want to take a full slot and double back tomorrow? I know it's Valentine's Day, and like dudes might have some plans, but I wouldn't mind tapping in for an hour after the show to recap some things. It's up to y'all.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna be indisposed.
He said it slick too. I see you. That's why he's off camera now. He's over there manscaping through the whole podcast.
Yeah, the pedals are being dropped on the floor as we speak, leading to the bed.
Nice. What else? I mean, let's power through. Rick had some photos that he wanted to do. I know you probably got to go. What other news did we have, Boog? Did you?
We don't have to do any more news right now. Let's hold tight on the news until we get the full rundown from Toy Fair, and let's double back to the highlights.
That'll be a good way to close with the highlights. The highlights. Yeah, Shay, got some more highlights.
Like I said, I know there was more Hasbro stuff. There was some Star Wars stuff. There was some G.I. Joe stuff. But we'll come back to that stuff.
I want you to share. I want you to share with me later on chat what Ash said when you walk out the room, and she was like, "You trying to do what tomorrow? You trying to podcast again tomorrow on Valentine's Day? Is that
right?
It sounded good in theory.
Sure did. Hold on.
Is BJ
sharing this one pick though? Yeah, this is a great pick of Thor holding a helmet of what could have been, and the hammer behind his back right there. This is probably the artwork that they utilized for, at least for the hammer behind the back situation.
Yeah, that's a damn shame. I would have loved that helmet, man.
I just love the look of this Thor, man. The silhouette is just so heroic. This is perfect, bro. Like, no, again, the classic Thor look is how I display my Thor in my collection, but this is just such a damn good looking Thor. Do we have the Iron Man from this era?
Yeah, the Iron Man from this era is the one that we most recently got in a 2-pack with Mandarin, I think. Okay. I believe.
And what?
Because during this era, Cap was presumed dead, so it was like Bucky, Cap, Thor, and Iron Man in that armor, if I'm not mistaken. And then after or during the conclusion of what storyline was that? They was wrapping up the whole like Dark Reign situation, whatever that last storyline was. Classic Captain America came back, and it was the first time that the big three were together again after a long time, basically.
Yeah, I may have to go back and look at who was on that Avengers team, and because I want to justify having this Thor in my display.
Yeah, Thor wasn't really on the Avengers during that time, though. He was like off-world or something for a while, and like,
is this before he was no longer
during Secret Invasion? He was off-world, and then I don't know. Like I said, Cap was seemingly dead. Bucky Cap took on the mantle of Captain America. And then like the three of them were like the fake big three during Secret Invasion, I believe, and then whatever that next storyline was where they finally arrested Norman Osborn. That's when the original big three came back together.
Okay. All right. I'll do research tonight and figure it out.
All right, here we go. Rick, this is your first pick. Rick's picks.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Look at that. I'm loving the shade light coming through. It's just it's fantastic. Perfect for the trailer that released this week. I really like this shot. Love the setup, all the accessories. This looks like a mad detective in his spot thinking some shit over. Love it.
Yeah. I like the conspiracy in the background.
Yeah.
Yep.
And tape.
I love the light coming from the left. I love the different lighting all in one shot here. And this is somebody that we featured last week too, Nicholas Freeles. I'm not sure how to pronounce the last name properly, but on Instagram I do know that he is Kyle Hahn, if I'm pronouncing that right. But Kaah something. Let me get his Instagram handle right before I move on to the next thing. But here we go with the podcast bump. Another person who is consistently great.
Absolutely.
Mhm. Okay, I'm gonna find his Instagram, but let's breeze through these. Up next, we have another New War shot. This time from
Back to
Cesar
back. Yeah, man.
Cesar A. Hernandez Rodriguez.
Another case of incredible light coming through here. Just fantastic. I don't. Where are these gargoyles from? Are these from Ghostbusters? No, these not Ghostbusters.
I don't know. I've never seen these before. This may be a custom dio. I don't
It
know.
could be a 3D print situation for all I know.
Yeah, it might be.
But this looks good. I'm hyped for the show. I know it's a bit divisive. Some people thought it looked too goofy. Some people are hyped for it. I'm excited. It's gonna be Nick Cage being a weirdo, which is the best. Who doesn't love that?
I saw this shot. I have a question. Do you think there's some enhancement on these eyes, or this can be done with some?
Oh no, yeah, for sure.
For sure, some enhancement on these eyes here.
Okay. But I like everything else. This is a good looking shot. Good
Yeah,
to see.
Cesar is also consistently really good. His Instagram is in the lower right corner there. I don't know how to pronounce it, but it's NORKAISEFX. Surfx or something like that. But yeah, another very consistently great photographer. And again, the previous shot was the Instagram handle is Kal Han, KALH and N is in Nancy, KALH N is in Nancy.
Beautiful.
Okay, moving on. Up next for Rick's picks, we got
Rick's picks.
a three-timer on tonight's show.
Oh my god,
Man. So someone
A lot of
earlier,
dinosaur action, a lot of T-Rex action, huh?
somebody
Go
earlier
get
in the
Dino.
chat called out the proper, because I said this could have been the Hammond T-Rex, and someone earlier said which one it was. They said something like Nimu, Nimuu, or some shit like that. Trying to find it, but whoever shared it, if you're still here and want to share it again, I'll give you the props for knowing what it was. They came back well after the fact. I guess they're watching a little bit later. So if they're watching a little bit, they're probably not going to see this now either. But
yeah,
corrected, it was not the Hammond T-Rex.
Okay. Jesser, if you're still here, Jesser is the king of dinosaurs. Check us out. Me and Brad are gonna be on the Collection Nexus on Monday with Jurassic Jesser and the boys. So shout out Jesser, shout out the homies at Collection Nexus.
Nice.
Very nice. These are super detailed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I knew that these weren't Hammond, but they're that third party company. I don't know the name, but I knew that they were those because they look really, really fucking impressive. Not that Hammond collection stuff or Mattel stuff isn't nice, but this stuff is like next level.
Yeah, it is.
This whole set is so like lush. It looks so complete and like it's a very good blend of foreground and background. I'm not sure if he's utilizing a computer screen for the background or what, but yeah, this is really nicely done. Even with the little like shadows above to like it's like tree cover above the dinosaurs and shadows in different places and light shining through in other places, and like this is really well done, man. Shout out to Mark Stephen Santos again, aka Toy Fanatic on Instagram. And up next for Rick's picks.
Whoever's driving this Jeep in Jurassic Park and this is the scene that they roll up on, I'm whooping their ass. Because
back it up.
like, bruh, of all the places to take us, look where you have us at right now in the park.
All right.
Man, you know what this is? Black History Month, baby. Quit playing.
3 month nod here. This is Brian Carter. Take it away, Rick. What's your
B Carter? Shout out B Carter. You see these kids, man? They know it's the hero of Harlem, baby. This is so good. Kid coming up to have a fun time with Luke. Utilization of the Diabolic Studios corners, baby.
Oh,
I
that's what we
love
see
it.
here? Okay.
Yeah. That's the corner right there from
Mm.
High School Creations, formerly now Diabolic Studios. Got homie on the corner there, sitting on a box. You know the deal. I love the scene being built here. It's fantastic, man. I love it.
You know what I love? I saw this two things. One, it reminded me of like Marvel's version of those old G.I. Joe PSAs. But with Luke Cage, he would probably be saying some inappropriate shit like, "Tell your mom I'm gonna come by tomorrow for some coffee" or some shit.
Right.
And the other thing I really liked about B. Carter's shot, and I know because of the type of photographer he is, this was intentional. I love the way that he's casting that shadow on the brick wall behind him.
Oh man, yeah.
That just
It's
gives the
fantastic.
shot like a heightened level of realism. And I know that was done intentionally. That was not accidental. So that is very, very, very well done the way he captured that.
Yeah, this is good lighting, and I think Brian has been like leaning on a lot of like dark, moody, dramatic, dark shots. Like even when it's not necessary for it to be a dark shot sometimes. So it's good to see something in the light, and this wasn't. He didn't lean into a nighttime shot. It looks naturally lit, and so it looks very good.
My
The
boy got
lighting.
other recipes, baby.
Yeah.
Love to see it.
Boog, I know that
Share
you
another recipe.
also, this is a really good use of that MCU MJ to be a kid. That was smart. And did you pick up, because I know you like to mix in kids with your civilians. Did you pick up these kid characters from, what was the name of that show, Rick? The Star Wars show.
This is Skeleton Crew. I love these figures, man.
I did not, but
such a
I really thought about it, and yeah, I might double back. You know what's funny? As I was just thinking the other day of doing a video just showing off all of the like kid figures that I do have, like or what could double as kids, or like just different things that I have. Yeah, if I could get some of those Skeleton Crew characters on clearance, I definitely
They're
will.
at Ross right now.
Okay.
They are at Ross, and that Mary Jane has been at Ross like all.
I got that Mary Jane though, but I would have changed her head sculpt maybe and try to swap it out. It's just a peeve of mine when it's like the actual character and it's just full on showing the actual character and you don't lean in to change it just a little bit. But again, overall the shop is still really nice. All right, up next we got Tony Townsend. What we got going here?
Man, what is more iconic than this? I can fucking hear this commercial in my head from when I was growing up. The fucking polar bear drinking the Pepsi and Coke, and then him picking the Pepsi. This is my childhood. So this had to go on here. What a ridiculous, like, funny pull of a picture this is. Like it's
feel like this was one of the recent Super Bowl commercials too.
I think they redid it. I think they redid it again.
There was a play on this. There was something with the polar bear and choosing the Pepsi over the Coke. This happened definitely during the Super Bowl for sure.
Yeah. This is a Super Bowl special for sure.
Okay, I actually skipped over one of yours, but shout out to Tony Townsend. He is Townsend Art Studio on Instagram. Townsend Art Studio on Instagram. And I skipped over one in your list. So we going back here to my man Axel LNC.
LNC? Man, the boiling dip here, this shit is fire. I think this might be the first time, or maybe I'm tripping. Maybe there is another shot. This might be the first time I've seen this freaking bullseye head being used outside of a Marvel Legends shot, possibly.
Valid.
Yeah, he looks like he's about to be dipped in some shit.
I think Axel in particular has used the bullseye head for some Star Wars stuff previous. But yeah, I think he's the only person that I've really seen do that, especially for Star Wars stuff. But perfect. I mean, you got to work with the figures attributes. That's something that I always say. If you have, some dynamic head sculpt that could help sell your scene or sell what you got going on and really tell a story, then yeah, do it. Use it. You know what I'm saying? Looks like he's using the shirtless Luke Skywalker body here. Am I right?
I want to say yes.
Are the other two guys Star Wars people too?
Yeah, they
Yeah.
bounty hunters actually.
Yeah, they're the
it all
bounty hunters. Yeah.
makes sense. Yeah, yeah.
All right. That's cool.
Very nice. Shout out to Axel. He is Hixel on Instagram. That's HIXXEL. Hixel on Instagram. And Rick has one more. And
Boy, do I.
let's see where he goes.
You know the deal.
Okay. Up next for Rick's picks, we have
Whoo!
Ty Bacon. Take it away.
Little comic book cover deal, baby. This was great. This was so good that when I saw it, I didn't know it was Ty at first. I was like, "What the fuck?" I was like, "Wow, this is so damn good." Not to say that Ty isn't always good, but it just felt like it. I thought it was somebody else. This is so good. Love this setup. Love the cover recreation. This is my kind of shit, man. Yeah, I love it. Ty. This is the reason, Tyree, that I call you Tyrese all the time, because this is my boy who I talk to all the time, and his name is Tyrese. So
this is a difficult shot to pull off because it is essentially a white hot.
Yep.
With a bunch of other figures scattered in. So to be able to pull this off without any shadows in the background, you really got to do your white balance and get your lighting just right. I know that white hot is one of your areas of expertise. What do you think, Book?
Yeah, I think this was really well done. I mean, obviously he's using some Photoshop here to do the comic cover, which again, and instances of comic covers and cool panels like we saw from Brandon. Yeah, I don't really see a problem with it because again, he still had to take the raw picture here with the raw posing, and he really took his time and compressed everybody to the ground and did his best to hide everybody's faces and stuff here. And yeah, I think he did a real good job. This stood out to me too. I did see this.
And technically, would this be considered a Black History Month character? Because isn't Tombstone Black?
Yeah,
he's
absolutely.
He's giving you the November and February right now.
Yeah.
He's telling you about the character here. I mean, Tombstone is Black. He's I know actually.
Yeah.
So
that's
you know
a black
what?
man right
Made
there.
that connection, but Tombstone, then that makes Tombstone, if he's black and albino, that kind of makes him like the Tobias Well of Marvel, right? Tobias Well is also black and albino.
I feel like he's more important than Tobias Well, but that is an apt comparison for sure.
I can dig it. Yeah, I didn't watch. Tobias Well was one of the main villains on the Black Lightning show, right? I didn't watch it, but
yeah, same here. I barely watched it, not enough to tell myself that I was really watching some shit.
Yeah, well, shout out, because I think, are they still saying that Tombstone is going to be one of the villains in Brand New Day?
Absolutely, he's in it. We know who the actor is and everything. It's another albino
really?
fellow. Yeah.
Oh yes. It's the same guy who did the voiceover for Tombstone in the animated one, right? Am I bugging?
Is it the same? I think it's the same dude who played Tobias Well in Black Lightning.
Yeah, it is. It's the same guy.
Yeah, they were
hilarious.
Typecast.
It's the same dude. They said, "Damn, albino man is here again." He's also into the Spider-Verse Tombstone too.
Wow, that's cool.
Yeah, that's what I was just saying. Yeah, he's the voice for Tombstone and Into the Spider-Verse.
Yeah,
Wow.
Into the Spider-Verse, Black Lightning. It always comes around. Shout out to him.
Ooh, this is cool. Okay, listen. We are on Facebook. We are at Articulated Comic Book Art on Instagram. We are Articulated Comic Book Art on everything. We have a feature page on Instagram where we feature shots from some of the best toy photographers in the world, the best toy photographers in the world. Shout out to Shooting the Galaxy. This is Matthew Cohen. Shooting the Galaxy works for Hasbro, longtime member of the ACBA group. This looks like it might be product shots actually for the vintage collection. See, I told you vintage is killing. This was one of the new things that they showed off this past week here with the Grogu that could attach to Mando here.
Hanging off the
Derailing us.
back.
Listen,
So wait, what scale?
Articulated comic book. What?
What scale is this?
This is vintage, so it's 3/4.
Okay.
But yeah, again, Articulated Comic Book Art on everything. You're about to make some very big power moves in terms of getting back into the nerd sport of sorts that is competitive displaying. So look out for that. And like Dave mentioned, we have the merch up again. You should be able to get the link right here in this video on somewhere on the screen. I don't know how that works. Yeah, Toy Fairs this weekend. I'll be on the ground, boots on the ground, getting some things done. Hopefully, meeting up with some of the homies as well. Yeah, man, follow us everywhere on Facebook, on Instagram, on all platforms. And thank you for hanging out with us this evening. We will double back to complete the news again when we get a more in-depth picture of what's going on at Toy Fair this weekend. So we will be right back. Thank you to everybody who hung out with us tonight in the chat. Chat was live. Thank you for all of the super chats. We appreciate y'all. We're trying to just stay consistent on our Friday night slot, but you know, it is what it is. It's time to make the donuts. So what we're trying to do over here. Okay, right thing. Be nice to your girlfriend or your wife for Valentine's Day. And
look, or not, if she's into that kind of stuff, do your thing. Go
Whoa.
Go crazy. Go crazy.
Do what you got to do, man.
You're a family show. Just kidding.
Are we good?
Yeah. All right. So let's get up out of here. Well, so just again, make sure to follow Bug, because I know he'll be doing. I don't know about any live streaming from Toy Fair, but we know he'll have some videos. So how that
it's possible. It's possible. I might, but I'll definitely be around. I have some reels going and some different things going. So stay tuned to my Instagram, which is boog_ACBA. Oh, there I am. And also stay tuned to stay tuned to the Articulated Comic Book Art Instagram as well. All right. Thank you for hanging out. Don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe. Hit that bell down there. And until next time,
you're